He
Let's
said,
make
"What
it.
about the game? He carried the West Coast and was left for dead." I think that we overlook the game's catalog. I know we talk about Rick Ross's catalog and how great that catalog looks, but there's not a lot of people who have a catalog like the game. And I think that he has a better catalog than some of the people that are on this list, i.e.,
Mike,
T.I.
Mike, I think he might have a better catalog than a lot of the legends on this list. Like he has a better catalog than Snoop, actually.
He
He has a
does.
better catalog than DMX, better catalog than Slick Rick, Method Man, Big Daddy Kane,
Mm.
Black Thought, Ice Cube. Yeah, for sure.
So what do you think
Raekwon,
about? Do you think we
he
just?
probably has a better catalog overall than Ray. He's not the MC that almost 20. I mean, and he's great. Game is actually, my Game is one of my personal favorites, but this is one of those things where it's like, okay, so skills. Who's he better than on this list?
Skill wise,
Mike,
I would say that.
Mike, you see how long it took you? You like, hold on.
No. I pulled up the list. That's why I did that. I think
Okay.
skill wise, I think he can rap. But
Right.
I would say
Right.
T.I. It would be T.I. or Wayne, right?
Right.
Something like that, and I think that's
Right.
debatable.
Exactly. And
I think his
Mike? I don't
impact
think he's a
isn't
better
as
rapper
high
than T.I.
as I don't
I
think.
don't think he's a better rapper than Tip.
I don't think
actually,
he's
I
a
don't
better
think
rapper
that.
than T.I. I think T.I.'s a natural, honestly. I think Game got
He
better.
is.
Josh Watson said Game is better than Conway. What do you think about maybe the fact that we got Conway on there and we don't have Game on there? I mean, should those be swapped out?
Okay. No.
Okay.
No.
I think that the year that Conway is having right now, and I mean, I know you probably got your reasons too, but one thing that we'll say about Game really doesn't do a lot of features. And Game's projects are feature heavy. So we've seen Conway go out there, jump on Juicy J records. We've seen him jump out there on Murder Beats records, and he's all over the place. And he's been able to keep his consistency too. So I think the versatility, he's been able to beat Game in that category and still have a very deep catalog. So that's why I would kind of put Conway over Game, and I think he can do certain things that Game doesn't do on records, but it's close. It's not a wash.
No, Mike. I don't think people understand how much. I think people don't understand how much material Conway has put out.
Right.
Like, I mean, I really don't think people understand. Like, Conway's done more material than most of the guys on this list in 5 years.
Yeah.
Going on 6. In 6 years, he's done more work than most of the guys on this list already.
I think a lot of people just see from a king to a god. And
right.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, Mike. That's why I keep bringing up The Cow. The Cow is from 2016. That might be his best verse. He wrote that in 2016. Devil's Reject 2 is from 2015. Like that shit that he spits where he said before Reject 2, New York rappers was rapping like Designer. That's a fact. That's impact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Jock J.
He's got the bars. He's got,
I saw somebody up here because the chat's going crazy, and we're going to get to all of y'all comments, man, for real. I'm just scrolling up and down. That's why I keep looking down, too.
And he did it without the help that Game had, even though I love Game. You're right, Mike. Ain't nobody really helping Conway like that.
Yeah.
The only time you hear somebody stand next to Conway, it's usually Benny.
I love the Game's catalog. I think the Game is overlooked, but the same thing I feel about, your Raekwon, we'll talk about that in a minute. I think Game has a whole lot of help that other people just don't have. And, good music is good music, and I love the fact that he puts out quality material, but I would give Conway a leg up on him because he doesn't have that level of help that the Game has as an individual.
Mike, he's inherently a better lyricist, though, Mike.
Yeah, he is. And while we're talking about help and standing as an individual, people keep talking about Andre not being on here. If you could send me a song where Andre has 3 verses by himself and a hook in his 27-year career, we might consider if he should even be qualifiable for a list of you know, where it's nothing but solo artists on this list who have solo albums. He doesn't even have a song or two with just him in 3 verses. What? It gets tiring, man. Like,
so I'm gonna tell the people in a nice way. Andre did not make this list because actually technically he doesn't fit the criteria, because this criteria is body of work, and he doesn't have any solo album material to speak of for us to qualify him. And me and Mike set our own precedent with our list that it was a 2 album buy-in to get in, which means you had to have at least made 2 albums to be considered one of the greatest MCs of all time, because most of the people on this list, Mike, have made at least 2 classic albums.